Start to roll the shoulders up and back. Check in with your breath. And just notice if, as you go inward, if you feel better about maybe kind of leaning back, leaning forward, leaning to one side or the other, just kind of finding the center with a little bit of kind of wiggle movement and allowing the spine, the body, the internal self to kind of show you what's a good alignment right now. Take a nice deep breath when it comes. Fill up a little lower into the low belly, into the back. Hold it a little bit longer. Pause if you can and slowly exhale. And let's do that again. Deep inhale, full all the way down, as full as you can. And holding for a moment and exhaling slow out the nose. One more. And so whatever is happening for you today, just setting that outside of the space if possible. I know we're all in our homes. It's a little harder to be in that kind of differentiated space between work and home and life and all the things. But right now, setting that intention to just be present here on your mat within your space. So if you were to put your arms out to the sides like we do, reach out. Let's go ahead and do that. Reach out to the sides and reach up. Inhale, and just exhale, bring the hands down to your center or sides, up to you, and just as far as you can reach out. This is kind of your space, your bubble, you know, out in front, inside, and back of you. We'll bring the palms to the heart, and just drawing all of that in as well, coming into the center line. Take a nice deep breath, and remember yourself. Inhale, and exhale, any intention you'd like to set today. One more deep breath here, thumbs into the sternum and maybe tucking the chin. And exhale. Let's bring the hands forward. Come on into down dog. Let's start there. And finding any movements, pedaling, do what you like here, of course. Maybe just stillness, feeling the shape maybe for the first time today. Some options are taking a nice deep bend into the knees, stretching the back, maybe pedaling the feet. Maybe you feel like lifting one leg already into the sky and stretching. Take another inhale here, wherever you are, if you're moving, shifting to the other side, if you're doing one side of something, and set all four parts down, hands and feet, set the knees down. Let's come to child's pose. Hips down, forehead down. 5 good breaths. And here, if your head or hips are heavy, and just letting yourself rock a little bit side to side if that feels good. As always, when we do this practice, just checking in with our inner self and how we're feeling. It's going to be different day to day, different moment to moment, week to week. And just letting go, releasing any kind of shoulds or comparisons or feeling of needing things to be better, just letting it be what it is. Take a nice deep breath here, wherever that is for you. And when you're ready on the inhale, again, come on up to all fours this time, and we'll move a little bit through the spine. Inhale forward, cat-cow, cow stretch, heart lifts, tail lifts, belly drops, exhale round, or shift side to side, or other ways if you have other stretches you want to do here in all fours. Just a warm up. about 3 rounds. And again, just notice what you feel, maybe blurring the edges of what you see, your gaze a little bit, or you can close your eyes here if you feel stable. And coming back to a tabletop and then walking the hands forward, come on into down dog again. Take a deep breath. Next, inhale, lift heels, look forward. We'll step the feet through, top of the mat, travel however you like, bring the big toes in. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press down to reach up. Take the arms all the way up. Palms to the heart. Pause here. Notice again how you're standing, how you feel today, upright, just like this. When you're ready, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins, feet or floor. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Pull the belly in, bring the hands down, bend knees, step back. Plank, if you like, on the knees. Coming all the way down, elbows, hug in, hug in, hug in the whole time. Inhale, lift heart, point toes. Exhale, roll back over the toes. So child's pose or down dog, up to you. And takes 3 nice deep breaths wherever you go. One more, nice deep breath here, in the nose, out the nose. Follow again, inhale, lift heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward, step through. Reach the heart. Exhale, fold. Let the head go. Take your time. Inhale, reach up. Hands to heart. Deep breath. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Surya Namaskar A, our sun salutation. Hands come down, come back to plank. Option to float or come all the way to the belly. Inhale, lift heart. Into cobra or up dog. Back through down dog or child's pose. 3 good breaths. Start to press the heels down. If you can see them from the inside or the outside, just bring them right behind the ankles. Deep breath. And again, let's set the knees down, take them wide this time, almost to the edges of the mat for a wide legged child pose. Palms can turn up. Option here for the shoulders and the hands, bring the hands together and walk your elbows forward and toward each other. Thumbs press into the tops of the shoulders or the neck. And just check in there. One more good breath. Just rubbing your shoulders or neck maybe. Notice what you feel. And just inviting the tissues under your fingers to receive. Bringing the hands back forward and go ahead and slide them back. We'll press back up to all fours. One more round for cat-cow if you'd like to move side to side this time. Or just stick with that forward and back. Just a couple more rounds at your own pace, just following your breath as it feels good, natural to you. Coming to all fours, just stillness, your tabletop. And let's set the right forearm down. Yeah, do the whichever side, do the right forearm. I'm going to do the other side just so I can show you. And you're going to just turn and look over the left shoulder. So a bit of a twist into the upper spine, sort of a prep for threading the needle. Just breathe here. See if you can even the hips. So if your left hip is kind of dropping, imagine your backs of your hips were flat, your low back. When you're ready, press back up. Other side, left forearm down, inhale and exhale, twist, look over the right shoulder. Take about 3 good breaths. And again, just notice what you feel here. And again, if the hips kind of shift a little diagonally, if you can kind of feel into that, just pulling the right hip up and maybe back or forward. So just kind of exploring that. One more good breath. So as we kind of turn, our hips tend to want to help, but we want to counter that action so that we get into the spine. Come on into all fours again. And let's come back to down dog. We'll make our way back up, top of the mat. Follow your breath again. Inhale, heels, look forward, step through, hop if you like, land lightly, hopping. You got to work that core to lift up and hop through, reach heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, heart lifts, arms reach up, palms to heart. And just pause here. Nice deep breath again. And here, just noticing the difference on how you feel from facing the ground versus being upright. So hands are at the heart. Let's take the hands over to the left side, almost to the shoulder, maybe totally to the shoulder. Just notice how that feels. So kind of a shoulder or wrist stretch. You might feel it into your forearm. And bring the hands through center over to the other side. Back through center, one more time, both sides. Other side when you're ready. And again, back through center. And let's bring the hands to the side. Just shake out the hands, especially if that was a little intense for your wrists or your forearms. From here, we're at the top of the mat. Separate the feet, hands to hips. We'll come to forward fold, lift heart. And reach heart forward and down, grabbing shins, or first 2 fingers go inside the big toe, thumb outside the big toes. Lift the heart, lengthen, exhale, and fold. And again, letting the head be heavy here, tractioning through the whole spine, but especially in the neck spine, pulling the shoulders up away from the ears. And maybe taking just a tiny tuck of the chin in toward the neck. Just notice that as you kind of pull the chin back into the neck. So that'll help you find a little bit of space in the neck vertebra. Continue with your breath. 2 more good breaths here. Notice if your knees tend to fall in, and imagine you had a block there, sending the knees away from each other. So they stay right over the ankles. 1 more good breath. Bring the hands back to the hips. Inhale, reach heart forward and all the way up. And pause, bring the feet in together, palms face forward, roll the shoulders open. Big breath. And soften the gaze. Bring the hands to the hips again, separate the feet. We'll step the left foot back, warrior 1. Just a big step back, staying on 2 sides of your mat. Bending into your front knee, taking the arms up overhead. As wide as you like, hands may be together, up to you. So feeling into what's appropriate for your shoulders, for your torso, pressing the feet down and away from each other, maybe looking up, maybe just looking forward. Deep breaths, feel the feet all the way from the ground up. One more good breath. Bring the palms to the heart, hands to hips, step up. And we'll just switch sides. Do the other side. Step the right foot back. Warrior one. Grounding the feet, bending into that front knee, taking the arms up. Palms face each other. You can always modify and have the hands at the heart or even behind the back. Deep breath. Notice what you feel. Strong legs. Press the feet down and away from each other. Outer edge of your back foot, nice and firm. And as you press into the outer edge of that foot, pressing the right hip forward. So your hips are squared forward. One more good breath. Palms to the heart, hands to hips, step up, top of the mat. Suki has abandoned us for a sunshine spot. Don't blame her. Deep breath. Hands to the hips again, separate the feet. We'll come to tree next, spread through left toes. Hip shift over to the left, so you're centered right over that left leg. Squeeze the left thigh, squeeze the left glute, pull the low belly and core. So all of this is nice and strong. Stamp down, inhale, look at something that's not moving. Bring your right heel in. Palms to heart. That right heel can go up high as you like, or toes can stay on the ground, arms can reach up again, or stay at the heart. 5 good breaths. Just be with that breath. Notice what you feel here today, how your balance is today. Press into your left big toe knuckle. Balance is not a problem. Close your eyes. Have fun with that. Try something different. Big breath. Bring the palms to the heart. Option here. We're going to send that right knee forward and start to kick it back into warrior three. Reach the toes back. Try to level the hips again. Internal rotation with your right thigh. Core draws in. Look down at the ground. Deep breath. Reach the toes back, reach the heart forward, get long in that way. One more good breath. Inhale, come back from where you came. Bring that knee forward, lift it up, step forward and down. And pause. Breathe. Roll out that left ankle if you need to. Getting a little bit warmer. Separate the feet again, spread through right toes, ground, engage muscles of that right leg. Pull up as you do. Core, inhale, focus, gaze. Come to that tree posture, whichever shape that is for you today. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Deep, even breaths. Three more. Think of your favorite tree or whatever tree comes to mind. One more. Full breath. On the exhale, palms to heart, pull the core in again, lift up in there, and stepping that leg forward a little bit, like you're going to step up onto a giant step, and then sending it back. Pull the core in. Internal rotation with your left thigh there, so you're rolling it in. Everything in toward the midline. Point the left toes, reach heart. Reach, reach, reach. And breathe. Nice long neck. Strong leg. Point, reach, one more. Pull the core in. Bring that left knee forward again. Whoop. Step it up. Hover it just for a moment and then step it down. Pause. One more good breath, just stand. Find your in-breath, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, vinyasa to the ground, hands to shins, feet or floor, reach heart. Hands down, optional push-up. So you can take that flow, or you can always come to cat-cow, or skip the flow, just step back to down dog, or child's pose. Take 3 breaths wherever you end up. Come on into either all fours or down dog. So we'll take a 3-legged tabletop or a 3-legged dog, extending the right leg, kicking the heel right from the hip. So if you can see me, just check out my hip and my leg should be in a line together. We're not winging it up and out just yet. Kick, get long here, draw a line into the low belly, into the core. Strong palms. Inhale. Exhale now. Draw the heel and point toes, and now open the hip. Looking down. So if you're in down dog, it would look like extending the legs, three-legged dog, bending knee, opening the hip. If you're doing a flip of any kind, go for it. And extending that right leg again from three-legged dog or three-legged tabletop, bringing the knee forward, maybe under, hovering, or out to the side, stepping it forward into lunge. So framing that right foot carefully, maybe setting the left knee down or keep it up to you. Hands can come to thigh, to heart, overhead, any variation there. 5 breaths in lunge. Lift up and out of the waist, wherever you are. Soft shoulders, soft jaw, strong legs, strong core. With your exhale, bring the hands back again. Step that right leg back, three-legged tabletop or dog. Option to open the hip again. And just set that down, four-legged tabletop or dog. Take a pause. Press through thumb and first finger, other side when you're ready. Left leg extends, kick, kick, kick. Just stay here for a moment and extend the leg right from the hip. Kick through heel. Inhale when it comes. Exhale, now bend the knee, point toes, open the hip. Option to flip if you're doing a flip of a dog or a table. Nice deep breath. Inhale, extend it, bring it back, long leg. Exhale, core draws in again, knee to nose, maybe hovering into plank or bringing it out and around to the side. Stepping the left foot forward, go slow, building that strength and heat. Taking the arms up in any capacity. Again, the back knee can be down or up. You can always switch what you're doing, lifting up and out of the waist. Deep, even breaths. Squeezing in our thighs in toward the midline. Soft gaze, soft jaw, deep breath, one more. Bringing the hands down, framing that foot, or inside if you're taking that leg out to the side, sending it back, extending. One more time, maybe opening the hip again. Into four-legged tabletop or dog. Let's set the knees down, come to child's pose, rest. Find your breath again. If it got away from you. Deep, even breaths. In and out the nose. Follow your in-breath. So come into thread the needle, which can be a little bit of an awkward posture. So what we did earlier with one forearm down and one hand planted, similar to that. So you can just do that. If you are ready, you'll take the right arm up, or you can just watch for the moment. Inhale. Follow the thumb with your gaze all the way through and under, and you'll set your right shoulder toward the ground. You might roll it forward a little bit to come toward the top of your shoulder. Left hand stays planted to help support, or you can stay on the side and kind of roll back with the back body. So just finding where you want the stretch to go into the right shoulder while the pressure's there. And then option here, if you feel steady and everything's fine, you can bring that left hand back behind the low back or into the right hip crease. Or you can just keep it right beside the head if you need to, especially if you're concerned about your neck at all. Just keep your left palm right beside your head to support. Or again, you can just take your right forearm to the ground and do that gentle kind of twist. One more breath. Pressing your left hand again into the ground, press down, and we'll slide that right arm all the way back up, maybe following the sun again with your gaze, and then bringing the right hand down. So again, you can just work the twist with the forearm on the ground. Left arm up if you're going for a thread the needle, follow the sun with your gaze again, all the way through and under. And just notice where you land on your side of your head, the temple, the jaw, cheekbone. Just pay attention there. Maybe rolling forward or leaning back a little bit, just finding what feels nice on the side with your shoulder. Even though we're in a very awkward shape, and that's kind of the practice, is breathing with that, paying attention, knowing when you need to do something different. All right, 3 more breaths. An option here to bring that right hand back. If it would help enhance the posture for you, or keep the hand grounded, if that is what does it, what gets you into a good spot. Press the palm into the ground again. Inhale, come all the way up. And bring that left hand down, all fours, and moving in any way that feels good here. So those cat-cows, maybe shifting hips side to side. What I'm going to do, if you want to follow me, kind of rocking the hips. The knees can come together a little more, letting the hips fall one side and then to the other. And from here, we'll move into a variation of side plank. So let's come on into down dog or child's pose. Just take a moment, get a nice stretch. And we'll take our knees back to the ground, all fours, or meet you there if you're there. And turning the right shin out as a kickstand. Right hand stays grounded, left leg goes out, left arm goes up. I'm just looking up here. Deep breaths. Try to keep your left sole of your foot grounded and turning the toes of that left foot in the same direction the heart is facing. Right out in front. And eventually looking up. Option here to lift that left leg and kick. So you can hover it again right from the hip, kick out. Exhale, bring that left foot back down to the ground. So we have the right knee down and the left foot down. We're going to come up to stand. Sorry, I'm not facing you, but you can still see the shape. Inhale, and with your left hand, bring it down to your left leg. Right arm goes up, maybe up and over, or maybe that's it. Maybe just straight arms and looking up or anywhere that your neck needs to be. Big breath, reach up a little more. Stay grounded though in the legs, the knee. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand down, left knee down. Switch sides when you're ready. So you're turning your left shin back behind you, right leg extends. Right arm draws up, staying here for a little while in your side plank variation. Anytime you want to do your own kind of flare practice or variations on the posture, or even skip a posture and do something completely different. It's, you know, you're at home. You can do what you need to do in this practice. So if your right foot is hovering and you're kicking, we'll set it down and get grounded. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms to T. Inhale, this might be enough. If you like more, bring the right hand to right leg, left arm reaches up. You can slide that right hand down as far as you like. And leaning up and over, or just staying in that straight arm, reaching up. Deep, even breaths, the whole practice, in and out the nose. Follow the in-breath, come on up. left hand down, right knee down, and shifting again. Cat, cow, child's pose, down dog. You choose. Eventually, you'll come into down dog. We'll all meet there together. Take your time. Come on into down dog if you're not there yet. Inhale, lift heels high, and exhale, just bring the heels down. Tricked you. We're not going to step forward. We are going to take the left foot forward and take a quarter turn to the right for wide-legged forward fold. So your legs length between your feet and a little bit more. Big toes turn in just a little bit. Outer edges of the feet are parallel with the edge of the mat-ish. Reach the heart forward. Exhale and fold, or just stay lifted. If that's enough, 5 good breaths here. If you have room to go, the hands will start to walk under the body. Elbows hug in, hands are about 6 inches apart. You don't have to do this at all. It's just if you have, if you want to put your hands somewhere, if you're feeling like I could go pretty far in this one. And if you don't feel that, just stay out here. Keep the hands under you out in front and keep your spine long. Reaching the heart, reaching the tail, just like we did in Warrior 3. Follow the in-breath, walk the hands forward, come up halfway, engage core, hands to hips. Inhale all the way up. So from here, stay in that wide-legged and just shorten the space between the legs a little bit. Turn the right toes forward, arms out to T, lift heart for triangle, extended triangle, lift heart, reach out. Right hand to shin, left hand extends up, or it can be at the hip if your shoulder has issues today. So you can just turn and twist from the low spine, middle spine, upper spine, eventually into the neck and the eyes. Leaning the heart back, strong legs, steady feet, grounded. As you reach the spine, parallel with the ground. Draw the core in on the exhale, pull up, fingertips lead you all the way up to stand, and we'll shift and just turn the other direction. Lifting the heart, reaching out, pull the left hip back as you reach. Left hand to shin, right hand to hip or sky, and reach through the low waist. Obliques pulling in, helping low belly, pulling in, helping jaw. Not helping. Soften the jaw. Let the jaw help by softening and smiling and softening the eyes. Two more breaths. Pull the core in. If it's not already, engage it. Come all the way up. Hands to the hips. Let's step up top of the mat. Just take a pause. Feel your feet. Bring hands to the hips. We'll do one more standing posture. And similar to Warrior 1, just not with the bend of the knee. So you're going to step the left foot back, sort of a pyramid pose. There's lots of names for this one. So feet are on train tracks, right? Remember, there's 2 sides here, and our feet are on either side of them. So we're not on a tightrope, which is going to cause you to be less stable. Hands to hips, or you can take the palms, fingertips low, and work your hands together up behind the heart, perhaps. Press palms together, lift the heart. So I'm going to turn to face you again. Press the feet down and away from each other. So you're going to like rip your mat. So you get nice and stable that way. Squeeze inner thighs together as well. Lift heart, little turn to the right. And you're going to lead that heart toward the second toe there. Keep that right leg straight, front leg straight, without just hanging out in the back of the knee. So keep your right thigh engaged. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 5 good breaths. Again, about 3 feet between your feet. Feet are again on either side of the mat. Long leg, long spine, heart reaching towards your second toe. Deep breath. Pulling the low belly in, one more. Your hands are behind the heart, press them together. Hands can be at the hips, they can also be on the shins. Inhale, come all the way up when you're ready. And let's step up. If the hands are behind the heart, you want to leave them there, that's fine. If you need to release them and stretch, go for it. Step back, other side, right foot back. Palms come back together or at the hips, lift heart. And again, little turn. So your heart lines up with that second toe down there. And just reach it forward. Maybe you just come halfway. Steady on the feet back, heel grounded. Deep, even breath. So we're not trying to go to that toe. We're just lining up with that. Reaching the heart long. Left hip pulls back, heart reaches. Core supports. 2 more breaths. Follow the in-breath, come all the way up, slow, take your time. Step up top of the mat, feet come together, hands release as they're behind the heart. And pause. Follow the in-breath, full vinyasa, go to the ground. That's it for standing postures. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins again, feet or floor, reach heart forward halfway, exhale, hands down. Optional push-up, as always, if you'd like to do that, chaturanga push-up, or just step back to child's pose, down dog. Take 3 breaths again, wherever you land. And coming on into your seat when you're ready, taking the legs forward out in front. If you have a towel or a strap, if you want to bring that in, extending the legs, you don't have to use a strap at all. Inhale, reach up, so strap or no strap. Exhale, forward fold, grabbing shins or big toes again. First 2 fingers, peace sign fingers inside the big toes, thumbs outside or outer edges of the feet. Or that strap or towel. Keeping, again, long spine, hips grounded, so reaching back as you're reaching the heart forward and softening, again, the gaze at the toes or the knees or the navel, wherever's good for your neck, again, to be nice and long. And that little tuck of the chin, pulling it back and in a little bit. So you're giving that traction to the neck by doing that. 2 more breaths, keeping the heels kicking just a little bit so those legs stay engaged. Follow your in-breath to come back and out. And let's take right foot in, left leg stays long, right heel in, just like a tree, pressing that heel into the inner thigh here, taking the arms up. Again, option to take your strap with you, lifting, and again, that turning, heart lines up with that second toe there again. Hands to shin or foot, or use that strap or towel, soften the right knee. And again, same thing with the gaze, toes or knee, or again, wherever is good, just for the neck, the whole spine, but especially that neck where we tend to look is where the neck, moves, but we want to move from the low belly, not just the neck. We want to move from the whole body, not just the head. Another breath. Follow the in-breath, come on up, knee draws up, switch sides. So bring that left heel in. And again, just extending that right leg, so keeping it active, taking the arms up, strap or no strap. Inhale, a little turn to line the heart up with that second toe out in front of you, softening the left knee. And keeping the right foot engaged just a little bit, squeeze the right thigh if you want to add a little more, so you're internally squeezing and pulling it up. Breathing in and out the nose, soften jaw and eyes. And again, following, inhaling, coming all the way back up. We'll bring soles of the feet together next. If you want to stretch out the legs, bring the heels in as close as is okay for you to bring the heels in to the body. And for today, let's open the feet like a book. So your fingers, not your thumbs are going to go inside and underneath your big toe knuckle here, opening that part. And with your rest of your fingers, you're going to be pressing into the tops of the outer edges of your feet. Inhale, don't worry too much about it. I wanted to get really hyper detailed about that. So just opening the feet, and that's just to let your hips open. So if you feel that, if you do that and you feel it more in the knees, don't worry about doing that. It's just to help the hips open as well. Lifting the heart. And again, maybe leading it forward, maybe not, maybe stay up if that's enough. Taking again about 5 good breaths here. And again, going into the spine, so you're grounded in the hips and the sits bones are still staying connected to the ground as you're reaching heart forward and out. 3 more breaths. Be here. Try to soften the knees. Again, follow the in breath to come on up. And we'll bring the knees in and do a little bit of core work. So coming into Navasana, knees together, toes can just tippy touch the ground. Maybe hands can come to the backs of the hamstrings. Options here, you can go into half Navasana, or you can stay with the toes touching the ground, engage the core, or full Navasana, hands can stay connected, or you can extend them for 5. So pick wherever you want to be for the next 5 deep breaths. Keep lifting the heart, engaging the core. 3. Those are really long, slow breaths. 2. 1 more. From here, crossing the legs, holding the knees or wrapping the arms around the shins. Just give yourself a hug. Bring the hands right beside the hips, press down, lift up. Maybe lift the hips, maybe lift hips and feet. Just press down. You're going to feel the core in any case. And come on back 1 more round to Navasana. So pick if you want to go a little bit further or back off, or just go back to where you were. 5 breaths. Core, core, core. Really work it, engage it, bring it in. Soft gaze right past the toes. 5 breaths, 3 more. Inhale. Exhale slow. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And cross the other way if you can remember. Just do the more awkward way is probably your second way, hugging the knees in. And again, just pressing into the ground, press the palms down nice and wide, fingers lift hips. Maybe they come up off the ground, maybe toes lift, maybe not, no worries, just press down. You're gonna feel your core engage because it has to. And come on back. So from here, let's take it to 1 more seat. So we're gonna go wide. If you wanna turn sideways on your mat, up to you if you like. I like to have a little padding under my heels personally. You can also sit up on a large pillow or blanket or whatever you have if you'd like to have your hips up. It can just help a little bit. So you're gonna work the hips back and under. So you're just gonna kind of lift up and roll the sits bones back behind you. Hands can start behind you as well. And here again, keeping the heels right flat, feet are engaged, legs are engaged. Just a little bit, you don't have to go like crazy with the engagement. You can if you want, if that helps you. Lift heart. Again, draw the low belly in, core in. Maybe hands come forward, maybe they don't. Maybe they stay behind you the whole time. So other options are hands just right in front of you. They can go way out in front of you. You can also grab for your big toes or your shins here. I'm going to stay here for a little while. So just find a nice place to breathe and be, and try to keep, again, just that long spine and the low belly engaging, softening the jaw, the eyes. Just a soft gaze past the tip of the nose, as always, that thirsty gaze. And remembering your intention if you set one today, or just coming back to peace, shanti. Shanti, shanti means peace, peace, peace. Three more good breaths. So I find again and again, and sometimes I forget, if I'm having problems in my neck and my shoulders, a lot of times if I can just get my hips open, get into some deeper hip stretches, then that takes care of a lot of the issues above the hips into the back and the neck and the shoulders. So that's why I chose to do this one today. A lot of people have back and neck issues and shoulders, of course. A lot of us are on the computer a little more than usual. Inhale, come back up. So it might be a weird choice, but that's why. Hands underneath the knees and come onto your back. You can go into a really low canoe if you want to do a little bit more core work, or skip it. You can just come on down. 10, hold it if you're in it. 9, 8, 7, 6, get real low. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, and slowly come down, let go of that work. Pause for a moment, just a couple more postures here on our back though. So maybe just resting in Shavasana for a moment. Feel free to bend the knees, give a little rock, circle, hug in if you like, or just be still. Just 3 breaths. When you're ready, we'll bring the soles of the feet to the ground, feet about 6 inches apart. So we'll set up for bridge pose. Heels anchored, you can reach down, maybe you can contact the heels a little bit with your fingertips. Roll the shoulders under, you can let that contact go. Just checking in there and see how close you can get your heels in. Press the palms into the ground, forearms into the ground. There's your train tracks again. Now this time you're going to press the arms down, puff the heart up, press into the heels. 5 good breaths to lift the hips up high, high, high. Deep breath, option to interlace fingers. Again, working shoulders under, 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 under. Pressing into the forearms, pressing into the heels. Press down and away from the body. Engage that area where the hamstrings meet the hips, lifting up and under. One more good breath. And slowly, hands to sides, top to bottom, bring the spine down. Take your time there. Feet wide, knees fall in just for a moment. Let's take the knees into the body. You can pull the nose into the knees, come into a little kind of ball shape. We can hold under the knees. And then from here, arms to T, we'll finish up with a twist. Hips shift to the left, and an option here. So you can just keep the knees stacked and bring the knees to the right, or if you prefer, or you want to play with wrapping the legs, kind of like eagle legs, or you can just wrap one way, bring the knees to the right side and just check that out. And then switch, so you'll bring the knees back and just wrap the other way and just see how it feels a little bit different. And then pick the one you like, or just come to stacked knees. Right hand to left leg, or if your leg is wrapped, that will be basically the same action as pulling that leg with the hand. Left shoulder grounded. gazing to the left. Again, just paying attention to the spine. This whole practice is about toning the nervous system by keeping the spine healthy. So if we're pushing into things because I tell you, oh, I'm supposed to look to the left, and you go, okay, I'm looking to the left, but you're not really feeling internally what's happening. There's the opportunity to find the wisdom of the practice, is to feel in your own body, in your own space at this time, what's going on. So if turning your head to the left is like, my neck doesn't really want to do that today. I want to look to the right. That feels better. It's your time. When you're ready, you'll come back. You can use the hands or core or both, and just try the other side so the hips can shift maybe quite a bit over to the right side of the mat, and then crossing whichever way you want to try, maybe both. See how it feels. Maybe your toes don't go all the way around the ankles. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Again, doing your best to just try to keep that right shoulder grounded. And there's the twist. So the top looking one way, the bottom going the other way, just like a wash rag. We're squeezing, really massaging, again, the spine, the internal, the organs, the fascia, the muscles, all the tissues. Stay a little longer, and when you are ready to, find that exhale, core, hands, just supporting that coming back, and just pulling the knees in. For the moment, we're going to stay on the back. And from here, just an option to take the legs up if you want to bring the hands right underneath the hips and send the legs straight up. You can skip that part with the hands. It's just if you would like a little support. And also that's set up to get you into shoulder stand and plow. If you know those postures, go for it. Just have a minute or so for inversions. Another variation is happy baby, if you prefer, just to do that one. Just taking 5 more breaths wherever you are. And again, when you're ready, bending the knees in, coming into Shavasana for the next few minutes. So classical shape, maybe the heels together, toes out, palms face the ceiling, maybe the shoulders tuck under, again, the heart, or any other shape. If you'd rather take the legs wide and the arms wide out, come to the side or the belly, or even sit up, maybe covering the eyes here for the next few moments. And letting go. Taking breaths in the nose, out the mouth if you like. And just letting the eyes be soft, jaw, heart, back, legs, arms, just everything soften. Maintaining your presence for yourself, for the space, for just the next 2 minutes, just being here and letting yourself digest the practice, you notice thoughts or other things to coming into your mind, coming into the space, just send them gently out. Bring your awareness to your breath and your heartbeat and just the rhythm of your energy and your presence. Bring yourself as fully present within yourself as you can. And take a deep breath and reawakening the body by being completely present. And breathing deep and finding those little movements, again, with that total presence of self, of moment. Taking the knees in, maybe that transition to come to seat, turning to the right side and pausing there for a moment. Still totally present. Pressing yourself up, meeting up in our seat again. Hands resting on the lap. And just again, find that tall spine. And one more time, just coming into complete and total presence, practicing this through your day. This is grounding. Anytime you notice that you have 500 thoughts or a million things, you feel the weight or the pull of just coming right here into the present moment, fully and totally into your body. We'll bring the palms together. Again, the thumbs can rest on the chest and connecting with our hearts. Taking a deep breath, inhale and exhale. Namaste. And our kitty has taken my seat. That's what she does. She's in charge. This is Suki. So there's a chant, Loka Samasta Suki no Bhavantu. And every time she does something bad, I'm like, Suki no! Suki no Bhavantu. And then I have to think of the chant, which means, may all beings be happy, joyous, and free. And I'm like, thanks, Suki. She knows. All right, so